Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Dapper Charizard trying to redo a fucking intro because I keep starting it before the timer pops up. Anyway, as you can see by the loading screen, we are going to be doing a little bit of PUBG today. Um, well, I should really say tonight because it's 12:43 on a Thursday, but still, I mean, it's dark outside. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's crickets a chirping. No, but I actually wanted to touch upon some things that I find are kind of interesting. Goddamn flies. Um, anyway, one of the things that I learned from watching a video by Chopper is that we're going to be getting C4 at some point. Now, of course, PC, they're going to get this early. Like, they're going to get everything that's going to be added in earlier than mobile. So, for us, it's like, we're probably going to get it at some other point, but we're still going to get it. Now, aside from C4, we've got the winter map, along with the riot shield, which, in a way, I'm kind of looking forward to. But, other than that, it's like, eh. I don't see a hell of a lot of applications for it, but, I mean, even still, it probably won't be terrible, but at the same time, it'll probably have just a little bit of balance to it. Now, normally, like, going off subject a little bit here, the reason why I like to do some of these videos in the shooting range is because I'm not getting shot at a bunch, and I'm, like, actually trying to focus, basically. Whereas if I were to just jump into a regular game, I would be silent, I would be shaky because of adrenaline, and I just wouldn't really find all the right things to say. Which, I mean, that's not abnormal for a human being. Obviously, it's just general being it fucking general something. I don't know. I can't word everything right. But anyway, though, that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I use silencers. Anyway, the one main thing I'm looking forward to is the C4. It's probably going to be a winter map exclusive, but hey, you know what? If it is, that's plenty fine with me. Why do people act so dumb in the range? But nah, anyway. I get the feeling that it's going to be a very fun map. There's going to be plenty of places to hide. And fucking C4, I mean, come on. How could you not want C4? That's like the godsend of every single explosive that you can godsend of every explosive you can get in a first-person shooter, especially one such as PUBG. So yeah. See, can I hit that 100-meter target? Nope. Bullet drop again. God, why am I even using a crossbow? One thing I do want to touch upon, though, is definitely the riot shield, because the way I see it, the riot shield is probably going to be used pretty heavily, and while that's good, that also kind of scares me, because, you know, what if they, like, make it too overpowered? Alright, and it wouldn't be the first time for gaming companies, or not gaming companies, for developers to do something like that. Wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be the last time. That is for damn sure. But the one real problem I'm seeing is corner campers. Alright, I mean, yeah, we've got grenades that we can all use, but that does not in any way, it doesn't in any way mean that that's going to stop corner camping. Now, again, a really good application that I can see it used in is breaching, you know, if you're into that sort of thing. But other than that, it's really got no purpose other than just hanging on your back. And I mean, that's also pretty good. But if you're able to, like, use a pistol with it, that'd be perfect. That would be absolutely perfect for me. Mostly because I like using, I will occasionally sometimes use a pistol. Actually, by occasionally, I mean rarely. Like, very, very rarely. Jesus Christ, what the hell was that lag? Yeah. You just don't want to... You really don't want to, make something too overpowered, but at the same time, you don't want to make it too underpowered. Because a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, yeah, riot shield, that's going to be good for, you know, everything. And I have a feeling that for a while, what's going to happen is, we're going to have, like, a fucking meta of riot shield users because of the fact that they're just so looking forward to using this brand new weapon and just testing it on anyone. Like, anyone and everyone. It's like, you're going to go into the range, you're going to find the fucking riot shield just sitting there, and you're going to find everyone trying to bonk you in the head with it like they are with the frying pan. That is very hard to say in one breath. Anyway, moving on to my next order of business will be the C4 explosives. Now, what I think is going to be fun about the C4 is how many are you going to be able to place down? And another major question is, will they all detonate separately, or will they all detonate simultaneously? Now, if they detonate separately, that's good, because you can set up some pretty good traps and even use them as car bombs, which is something that I do whenever I play Far Cry, and I manage to flip a car. Is I will take out my C4, place it on the bottom of the car, and then flip the car. In this, I can see it being used as a motorcycle bomb, that's for sure. Motorcycle and buggy bombs. That sounded dangerously close to boogie bomb, but I mean the buggy, the dune buggy. Fucking rename the dune buggy to the doom buggy when you're carrying C4 on it. And frankly, that'd be pretty fun. But what would happen if you died and your car had C4 on it? Would it just despawn the C4? Would the C4 still be on it, but you wouldn't be able to use it? I don't know. That's still an auto. It's really kind of a gray area in a sense. But I can definitely see something like that being used in a practical sense, but other than that, there's not too much of a use for it, other than like tossing it as like a Hail Mary at the last fucking second. Uh, and I mean that's kind of what people do with frag grenades. All right, like with a frag grenade, depending on how you've got it, you can go for a high toss like I'm doing here, or you can tap it, go for a low toss. Now, low toss is a little more like tricky, because you might wind up screwing the grenade throw up and either killing yourself if you're on solos or downing yourself if you're on duos or squads. Now, with C4, I don't know if it will take up an inventory slot. Of course, it's going to take up an inventory slot. I don't know if it's going to take up a primary or secondary weapon slot, or if it'll take up a grenade or melee spot. And what of the detonator? Will that take up like an aid spot, or will it take up a melee or explosive spot? Now, what I would really hope to see with the C4 explosives, I'd really absolutely love to see a I'd really love to see sort of a like how can I put this? I can't even find the words to put this. I suppose the easiest way to put it would be, how would the weapon like react, I guess. How would it react to the environment? How would it react to, like, let's say, really, man? Like, let's say it would react poorly and, shit, where the hell was I going with that? Fuck it, I don't even know where the hell I was going with that. Point is, if the C4 is good, it'll be well received. If it's bad, well, it won't be very well received. There might even be some new sniper, like some other new weapons, like maybe a new sniper rifle. I don't know. Personally, I think a really good weapon that I would love to see in PUBG is the Barrett 50. The M82A1, but they would have to not dumb it down, but chances are they would probably have to create they'd have to create the all new ammo type, being 50 cal, which wouldn't really be too hard. I mean, if you really look into it, it's not too hard. They would just they'd probably either call it the BMG round or 50 cal. I don't know, either way, but still. Yeah. But, I mean, it'd be a good addition. It'd be a good, solid, semi-automatic, crate-only sniper. Because, I mean, come on. If you found a 50 cal, like, let's say for a week they put the AWM out of crates. Alright, do you know how many people would have AWMs in a single match? Probably a good 10% of the server. And that's 10% too much if you ask me, alright? We don't need, like, we don't need everyone wielding a fucking 300 Winchester Magnum sniper rifle and just dominating everybody with how good they can sit in a corner. Or not sit in a corner, fucking sit in a tower or an elevated position or whatever. Coming from the one who does that exact same thing with his friends. Who the fuck is burst firing this? Is that a saw, really? It's like these people know that I'm recording and trying to speak, and they just choose the inopportune times to fucking shoot. But I mean, anyway, in all seriousness, you look at the, like, the Mini 14, not the Mini 14, you look at the, like, you look at the sniper rifles that are already in the game, and you gotta really kind of think that a lot of time and a lot of effort went into making these guns and balancing these guns. Alright? Because, I mean, if you look at the AWM, damn thing is strong enough to punch through a fucking... What the hell is the name? Level 3 helmet. There we go. Like, this has enough power to knock you, or to one-shot kill you if you're wearing the best helmet in the game. And that's scary. But not as scary as what the 50 cal would do to you. The 50 cal, I'm pretty sure, would be able to hit you like a freight train from halfway across the map, and that is just an over-exaggeration. Alright? Like, to do that, you would need a major feat of knowing where the hell your target is and all that jazz. Throat's getting dry. I need to hydrate. In the meantime, gotta do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. Delicious dihydrogen monoxide. 10 points if you know what dihydrogen monoxide is. No. 10 points and a cookie. And then, if you know what dihydrogen monoxide is, yeah. Now, aside from wanting to see newer guns in, I would really like to see a few revisions, in a way, alright? I mean, like, revisions and replacements, really. If I was going to have any one gun revised or replaced in PUBG, I would much rather have, like, the VSS replaced with a, like an MP5. Or if I was going to see the AWM replaced, which, would be virtually impossible to replace because it's a staple of this game, it would be, like, it would have to be replaced with a gun of the exact same caliber. So in this case being, let's say, I don't know, I guess a WA 2000 would be the closest thing I can think of, because the Walther WA 2000 or WA 2000 is a integrally suppressed sniper rifle, chambered for 300 Win Mag, and that would make sense. It'd be a good rifle, it'd be a very fun addition to the game, from my standpoint, and I would just love to see it. That gun's pretty much my baby, and like I can't even think of a game that has it other than, like, Modern Warfare, I think. But that gun's just amazing. But anyway, a gun that definitely should be replaced, though, is the VSS. And while I do like the VSS, its one fatal flaw is its chambering. And yeah, I know it's 9 mil, which makes it pretty good, because 9 mil's insanely common. The majority of any server that I'm on always has somebody using a fucking UMP or micro Uzi or something like that. But sometimes I will see the VSS in the kill feed, and it's like, hey, you're giving a semi decent gun a good chance. Now I say semi decent because why are people dumb? Just fucking why, man? I'm gonna laugh at you. Sheesh. Anyway, what I typically like to do with a VSS is, yeah, I'll take it because it's got an integrated scope on it. It's suppressed, but I'm not going to constantly use it. Alright? I would trade it for a UMP or a micro Uzi, like, in a heartbeat. Only because of the fact that they are both infinitely better. And I mean infinitely better. Now, if it was going to be replaced, again, like I said, I would want to see it replaced by an MP5. Because I think the Heckler & Koch MP5 would just be perfect for this game. Alright? Especially for Erangel. It's a mostly urban environment. It's got plenty of close quarters. And it's just plain and simple fun. Unlike Miramar. But I don't know, if they were going to replace an integrally suppressed sniper rifle, such as the VSS, I would say go with a different one chambered for 45 ACP. I am talking, of course, about the Delisle carbine. Now, this is a British World War II bolt-action carbine, not a rifle. It is a British carbine that was used during World War II. And it's chambered for 45 ACP. So any British operators using it could easily get more ammo from an American. And this is simply because the mags are the 45 caliber mags from the M1911, they're able to be used within a Delisle carbine, which is pretty fucking cool. That's what we call a universal magazine. And universal mags, they should always be a thing. They should always just be like that. But anyway, though, yeah, no, Delisle would be pretty interesting. Although it would add another bolt-action rifle chambered for a slightly more uncommon round. Because, I mean, if you really compare 45 ACP to 9mm and, fuck is the word? I guess in rarity, in a way. 9mm being more common, and 45 ACP being a little more, uncommon. I mean, yeah, in certain areas you can find it in pretty mass quantities. I once found 2 vectors and a Tommy gun near each other. Obviously, I took the vector. Because, I mean, come on, it's a vector. It's got a good firing rate, decent recoil. Has much more attachment points than a Tommy. But with the Delisle, I have a feeling that you'd get something a little more powerful than a VSS Venturez. But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with something like that. There never has been. the hell? Oh. It's a dingleberry. Just lob a shot in his direction. Now, moving on to something a little more easier to talk to. My character's outfit, being the hazard uniform. I worked my ass off to get this outfit, which, I mean, I'm sure a lot of other people have, and believe me, it's worth it. It's worth getting the Elite Royale Pass. It's worth getting up to the appropriate Royale Pass level. But it's one drawback. You stick out like a sore thumb. Like, look at this bright blue colors, all that jazz. Let me go into the inventory. You know, this is my Royale Pass closet. Well, okay, maybe not that one. Maybe not that mask, but yeah. This is my Royale Pass closet. I mean, sure, I could use the much darker Wanderer outfit and simply put on my brown beret and my hell mask and look like somebody from the Purge, but no, I prefer my purple trench coat. You know, if you think if you actually think if you think this is a pain in the ass to get to, yeah, for this purple trench coat, you need to work your butt to get 850 silver fragments. And okay, let me go to the fragment. Let me go into this. Now, to get fragments, you gotta go to get fragments. What you need to do is simply dismantle outfits, and it's pretty easy to do because depending on the outfit rarity, you'll get a set amount of fragments. Now, look at that. So the marksman set, this is the most expensive right now, tacking in at 6,000 fragments. That's going to take a lot of grinding, but I'm not saving up for that. I'm actually saving up for the gold-plated Scar L, because I like using the Scar L. It's a very nice weapon. It's very fun. But anyway, back to my original topic. If you're playing on a map such as Miramar or Erangel, darker colors really do matter. Like, they honest to God matter. My most recommended, I guess, camo option, if you could call it camo, is all brown. Wear all brown. And you could blend right in. You could easily blend in. Hell, you could even change your character's skin color to brown. Is that racist? Maybe. But if you think it's racist, then why the hell are you watching this? Yeah, but if you're gonna play on Miramar, which I just don't recommend doing ever, because it's laggy and bad. This is my opinion. I'd recommend playing on a much safer map, I guess, being like Erangel or Sanhok. But yeah. Oh, right. I don't really want to do a match. I really just kind of wanted to talk about what's going to be added eventually. So yeah, I guess that's the video, in a way. I guess I should show my player ID since I didn't do that in the last couple of videos. But yeah, I will just say my ID really slowly for you. It is 565-238-373. Wait, 283-732. So if you ever want to friend me on this, go right ahead. And if you don't, then, well, you don't, and that's fine, and I won't be angry at you, because it's not... That is not how the... This is not how the Charizard do. Is this edited information? Oh, okay, so you got titles, flags, avatar frame. That makes sense. But yeah, no, that's my social network flag, because I signed in with my Facebook. Yes, I do have one of those. No, I don't want to be friends on it. Because I don't use Facebook, like, at all. So don't even ask in the comments, oh, Charizard, what's your Facebook? Because I will not tell you. Ever. It is confidential, unfortunately. So you're just going to have to sit in suspense and wonder what could have been. Christ. Yeah, I guess while I'm here, before I end the video, I can just show you my career results from my last matches. So, in this match, I was with my brother, Gopnik Drago. Pretty solid match, actually. I can't remember what I had, but let me look for my, like, worst match. Yeah, right, not this one. Back. This one right here being the worst match. It was a complete travesty. We barely even lasted a few moments, but I mean, you know, what can you do, right? Yeah, matches in custom rooms, which, by the way, me and my brother do kind of often. So, I mean, if I'm ever actually on, and if you people ever really want to, then all you need to do is tap on where the maps are, tap on room, and then if I have a room going, which currently I do have a room card active, I will just say I'll just talk about the proper room ID, and then I'll tell you all the password. So, yep. Thank you for watching. This has been the Dapper Charizard, and we are waving you goodbye.